that's a tremendous looking trophy.
Welcome to One PlayStation Podcast in the Oceanias. My name's Dylan Blight, and joining me, as always, half asleep, Ashley Hobley.
Hey Dylan, fuck daylight savings.
I don't know what your problem is. It's only 9 o'clock in the morning. I just said, can we record it?
In the morning.
No, it's 9. Hey, I was up at 8 too. I was up at 7:30. I know what you're complaining about.
You weren't recording a podcast.
I could have been, it's fine. Not much to go over the show this week. We got a little bit of news about Elon Musk fucking everything up and some Last of Us stuff and whatever else. But let's get your thoughts or how you're going with Like a Dragon Gaiden, the man who erased his name. Is there any more subtitles to that name?
No. I'm pretty sure that's it.
Okay, good.
So latest entry in the Like a Dragon franchise. I haven't finished the game yet. I'm like 7 hours in. Apparently the games only can take as short as 12 hours apparently. So
yeah, well, there was a story this week saying it was originally DLC or something.
Yeah, which doesn't surprise me. I don't know what it would have been DLC 2 is the question. Because obviously Like a Dragon was turn-based. So what, would this have been DLC to Yakuza 6?
No, because I assume they meant Like a Dragon, but it wouldn't have made sense, which is probably why it ended up as its own thing, yeah.
And yeah, I could definitely see that being kind of the case. It definitely feels like it feels like it could potentially be a prelude to Infinite Wealth, that officially comes out early next year. You play as how do you pronounce it again? Kazuma Kiryu, who is obviously the main character from the first 6 games in the series, returning now as an unnamed. He at the end of the last game, he made an agreement to forsake his name, go into kind of hiding and die to the rest of the world in order to protect his family and that kind of stuff. And in this game, people are searching for him, thinking he is still alive, wanting him to help them for their purposes. It takes place during the events of Like a Dragon, I guess, or slightly before. At the start, near the beginning of the game, you end up at that same homeless shelter that the guy end up, he gets shot, then the nurse brings him back up to life in that homeless shelter. You end up there, and they mention that and that kind of stuff. Yeah, I mean, it's a Yakuza game. Obviously, you is a very heavy action brawler this time. Yeah, not much else to say. Obviously, there's a bunch of side missions and achievements and different tasks to do around the city. Lots of little there's a informant character who gives you a bunch of side quests and investigation kind of things to do, which I suspect is what's going to take up a bulk of the non-story mission time, because there is a lot for you to do. I'm sure there's some solid side stories or little fun adventures in there. The other big draw is there's a coliseum where you can fight against other opposition, and then also build up your own team, so you can have big team fights. But yeah, I mean, it's a Yakuza game. But yeah, it definitely feels like it's a prelude to the next one, kind of explaining what Kazuma has been doing this entire time, in between where we're going to see him in the next game.
It doesn't feel like it's yeah, I guess the main thing is, does it actually feel like it's a worthwhile story, or considering ultimately sort of where he ends up anyway, by the time you get to the next game, you know what I mean?
So far, not really. I feel like the so far everything in this story, I could be I could probably just watch a recap before playing the next game, I guess. Especially someone who has not played the first 6 Yakuza games and Even then,
I don't feel like that's
I got the idea of what the story is.
Yeah, but I feel like that's actually good for you because you've come in like to the franchise at Like a Dragon, but that's sort of what they also wanted. They wanted like a sort of refresh.
Yeah, but I feel like I also like have a solid like understanding of what came before, I guess, like just from like osmosis or whatever, from like seeing stuff online, and like this being a pretty big gaming franchise. So like I knew that, you know, we're playing the same character that was in the 6 games, and like it's pretty clear to figure out that like the game picks up right after the last game, and it's like, okay, so that must have happened at the end of the last game, and that kind of stuff. But yeah, I mean, if you enjoyed the fighting style of the main Yakuza games, like, you know, this is more of that. There's like 2 different fighting styles. You fight as like your basic brawler, and then there's also like an agent style where you get a bunch of gadgets and that kind of stuff. So that kind of switches it up a bit. There's no like leveling up, which I don't know if is a thing in the other Yakuza games. I felt like it was in at least when I played the Ishin earlier this year. And also like a Dragon had leveling. This one you just earn yen and you just put it into buying upgrades and that kind of stuff. So yeah, you just earn a bunch of yen. But yeah, I mean it's fine. It looks solid. But yeah, I don't think it's a necessity. If you love Like a Dragon and you want to play Infinite Wealth, yeah. My initial gut reaction is this isn't a 100% required game to play that.
Which is this is the thing where I find it weird that they're like basically do like a soft refresh of the franchise to bring in new players and everything like that, and you know, change the name, and they're like it's called Yakuza now properly and all this sort of stuff. And
it feels like the part of their team that was working on the Judgment series that didn't pan out is like, oh, we want to keep making those kind of games. Just do this side story about Kazuma to like prepare the story for Infinite Wealth or something like that.
I don't know. Did those Judgment games? I feel like those Judgment games did well. Like
I think they did well, but now they can't make them anymore because the actor doesn't want to.
Yeah, because the actor. Anymore. I mean, they can recast the actor. I was like, it's not the end of the world.
I don't know. You know, I don't know if you can recast anyone anymore. Yeah, that's the thing.
Yeah. All right. Cool. Well, you probably got a couple hours left, you reckon?
Yeah.
Probably.
I mean, you know, there's some fun side stuff. Like I've been doing these pocket circuit things. It's like slot cars where you customize your vehicle and you just but no, it's like slot cars. You put it on a track and it like automatically goes. Yeah. You can like set a boost.
Okay.
But yeah, you customize it and they put it in there.
Typical weird Yakuza side shit.
Yep. I've done a bunch of the UFO catcher things. You know, getting stuffed toys out of machines for children. They want the stuff. They're crying. They can't get the stuffed toys, so I have to get it for them. So yeah,
because you're the hero. Yeah,
I'm the hero. Yeah, and then there's just weird stuff like there's just people just run around all over the place wanting to beat you up. Yeah,
fair enough.
Yeah.
All right. As of this morning, PlayStation's posted this message out on consoles in like the message thing when you turn on your console, it'll pop up. And they've said, as of November 15th, integration with X, formerly known as Twitter, will no longer function on PlayStation 5 or 4. This includes the ability to view any content published on X, PS5, X5, 4, and the ability to post and view content, trophies, gameplay-related activities on X directly from PS5 or 4, or linked to an X account, blah, 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 blah. Long story short, you will no longer be able to use the share button to post to Twitter/X, whatever you call it now, which means the share button sort of, I don't know why anyone's using it now.
You still needed to screenshot stuff and that kind of thing, so
I guess
it still brings up that. So, you know,
but the main like social function side of it, like no one was sharing shit to Facebook.
That's true. When's the Discord interaction coming in? You know?
Yeah, they need some. Yeah, and like I point out, like so you can still, if you have it, if you've got the auto like save thing or whatever, turned on, whatever that actual settings called, it'll back up stuff, and then you open it out on your app on your phone, and then you can still share it to Twitter there. But
it's just a couple extra steps, and honestly, it's probably better than the actual PlayStation sharing. It might actually be faster because you can actually quickly type out your message rather than trying to do it on the on-screen keyboard. So, yeah, fuck Elon Musk, and yeah, I guess we can give up the dreams of PlayStation save clip post clip.
Yeah, we have to now. It's sort of crazy that I don't think I've ever seen someone just buy a company and kill it. like to this extent, because basically for people who don't know, the reason this is happening is because Elon Musk has said that he's going to start charging companies to use the API for Twitter. So usually most places throughout history, as long as I've been live, API is not something that usually costs money. So it's usually not. It may or may not be publicly available, but you can request it if you've got a actual reason to use it. And then you can do stuff like this. You can use it to create your inspiration.
To be fair, I believe data-centric places like their API, if you're pulling data from something, some API places will request.
Well, yeah, but still, the fact but
a public website in which everybody can kind of see everything is that's not common.
Yes, just him. He's just trying to claw back all the money that
he's trying to get some sort of income.
Yeah.
And I can understand shutting down the third-party apps. It's we want everybody to come to the Twitter app because that's where all the ads are and that's where we're going to actually get the money and that kind of stuff.
I mean, I understand blocking, it's still shit.
Yeah, I understand it's still shit. But blocking people bringing more content to your service seems like a dumb move. Which shouldn't be surprising at this point,
No, it's not surprising, but anyway, there you go. There's your big PlayStation story of the morning. All right, The Last of Us multiplayer. Press start ruts. The Last of Us multiplayer's director has confirmed they're still working on the game. I feel like this is nearly a non-story, but cover it, talk about it anyway. So press start ruts. The fate of the multiplayer The Last of Us project has been clouded in a touch of doubt in recent weeks and months, not just because of a post from developer Naughty Dog acknowledging the radio silence in the game or reports that the project was being reevaluated following the news that the studio had let go a heap of its contract workers. But with the very recent news of around the layoffs at PlayStation Studios and Bungie, it was starting to feel as though PlayStation Live service ambitions were falling to the wayside. Whatever the case is there, the director of The Last of Us multiplayer experience, Vinit Agarwal, has taken the opportunity to confirm to fans that work on the game continue. What are you shaking your head about? Does that not even close?
The ridiculousness of the story and how the information was revealed.
But yes, Vinit Agarwal has taken to the opportunity to confirm to fans that the work on the game continues via a post about the Super Mario Bros. Wonder of all things. Agarwal shared a photo of their achievement in beating Super Mario Wonder's special world courses and musically slid in a comment about The Last of Us online saying, and so this tweet can live in peace. Yes, I'm still working on that game. Cool.
Good.
There you go, buddy.
It's still alive. Still more of a real game than the day before. And, one day it will probably see the light of day. In what form, we don't know.
Now, hold on, Ash. The day before is coming out any day now. Or something, I think.
They say it's come to early access, but...
Next month, yeah.
Come on, it's a massive Ponzi scheme.
I believe so, but yeah.
No way that game is actually going to come out, It comes out and it's actually text adventure. That's the most likely.
You choose to believe in the game that isn't actually real, yes or no?
Yep.
Bloody Zach Jackson. Yeah, so I mean, Last of Us still. Do you reckon they just restarted this fully? What do you reckon? How are we feeling on the Last of Us multiplayer as we come towards the end of the year? We're going to see this at the Game Awards.
No.
Yeah,
it definitely feels like based on the information from the outside, it sounds like they're going to like scale back or revamp everything. But now that Bungie scrapped a bunch of people, they're like, they don't know what they're talking about. Let's double down on what we're doing. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, the thing is, you stick Last of Us on anything, it's going to sell a bunch. So no matter what actually came out, they would have made a lot of money. So it just depends on the quality and like what they actually want to do and what they want to invest the next however long maintaining, I guess.
It's just so funny to me. Well, it's not funny. Well, it is kind of funny. Between like everything that like the last like 12 months, 18 months of PlayStation commitment to this whole like games of service, like trying to make all these multiplayer games of service things and whatever else. And Last of Us is one of them. And that other project I can't remember the name of. And then Bungie over here. And then meanwhile, you've got the, old mate, fucking, what's his name that we don't like? Just left.
Narrow it down.
Nah, the head.
Oh, Jim Ryan.
Jim Ryan, like the cause and effect of a lot of this. He's left. Bungie just let go half of its fucking staff. Naughty Dog let go contractors. Yeah, but I'm over exaggerating. But like it's just this like everything they've been committing to for the last 18 months. It's like, yep, that seems like it was worth that time and effort.
Well, maybe it will be. We'll see. You don't know. It could come out. All these, live service games could be good.
Yeah. Me waking up every morning going, man, I got to do my dailies in all 5 of these games. Let me just cycle through them all before breakfast. Like, fucking. Let me do my Last of Us dailies, my Bungie daily, my Destiny dailies, my whatever that other game is daily. The fucking.
Yeah, that's what they want. So you don't have to ever play a third party or game from another console ever again. I mean, if every single PlayStation player has one live service game that's PlayStation owned, that they continually play and invest money in, PlayStation would think that's a massive success.
Well, yeah. But it's not going to happen.
No, because everybody's fucks live service games already like shooting them down before they even come out.
Yes.
Super pessimistic. Just have a little bit of hope, Dylan. Do you know?
Don't call me fucking pessimistic. Coming from you, that's ridiculous.
I don't think it is. You've been talking shit about these games since day dot. So you hate all the AAA games, and I'm the pessimistic one.
Talk about a little PlayStation production story before we wrap up the episode today. This one, I saw the headline and went, I'm not talking about that. That's ridiculous, but fuck it. So PlayStation Lifestyle writes, a known insider has claimed that a Bloodborne movie is in the works at PlayStation Productions and Sony Interactive Entertainment. I think I allowed it through because as they write here, that even they at PlayStation Lifestyle are like, nah. We tend to dismiss Bloodborne rumors without further thought, but a movie project sounds more believable than reports of a PS5 or PC remake or Bloodborne sequel. And you know what?
That's fair.
According to Daniel RPK, who generally considered reliable albeit for their Marvel leaks, the movie scripts will be penned by Darren Lemke. Lemke's writing credits include Goosebumps, Shazam, and Gemini Man, among others. It's further claimed that Bloodborne will be produced by Lorenzo Di Bonaventura, best known for producing G.I. Joe and the Transformers series. Bloodborne rumors tend to be fake, but considering Daniel RPK's reputation as well as the fact that Sony's revived dormant series Twisted Metal in the shape of a TV production rather than a new game, there may be some truth to this one. You know what? I read that and I said, fair. What do you reckon? Chances of what do you put the rating at? Bloodborne sequel, Bloodborne remake, Bloodborne movie. Like what's the
I mean, in my mind, if they're doing a movie, they'd do like a remake at the same time, right?
Possibly, yeah.
That would be the thing that makes the most sense. But yeah, I guess technically movie makes what is the cheapest option. It's like, hey, here's $100 million. Go make a movie, and let's see if these Bloodborne fans really are willing to put their money where their mouth is. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's an interesting world and definitely has a unique look and that kind of stuff. Like, but that pedigree is not get me excited at all. You know, the name of the people attached doesn't like instill confidence that we're going to get something that will make Stoney go, "Oh shit, Bloodborne! Everybody loves this. We should better make another one." You know,
I feel like it's a thing of like, I wouldn't even care so much about the writer or the. It's like, tell me who the art department and the director is, and then maybe I'll judge it on that sort of thing. Like,
I guess, but yeah. Is there enough there to like justify a movie? Or was the game actually just, here's a bunch of stuff to kill?
No, the game. I think part of the reason, like myself and a lot of people like Bloodborne, is because it's. But I don't know how you translate the world. Then the world feels awesome to play through, and like there's a lot of like subtle, storytelling within that world. But I couldn't tell you what the actual fucking story really is. You know what I mean? Like, there's lots of stuff that's cool. It makes the world feel lived in to a degree and exciting and whatever. But the Soulsborne games aren't really ever known for a narrative that you could directly adapt into a movie or TV series.
Yeah. What if they got Timothée Chalamet to play the lead? Would that be too?
I mean, none of the characters have fucking, like, it's a fucking random.
But would people be upset that he's not in Lies of P movie?
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah. Fuck it. They'll take it back. They're like, you basically made Bloodborne, but with Timothée Chalamet. Fuck it. We'll cast him in our movie.
Yeah.
Why not? All right. That'll do it for this week's episode of Platinum Explosion. Let us know your comments, thoughts, and questions on anything we've discussed on the show this week or other things that we have not discussed. You can head on over to our Discord, explosionnetwork.com/Discord, explosionnetwork.com/Twitter takes you to our X page. And if you liked the show or the website, explosionnetwork.com, you can support all of those things by going to explosionnetwork.com/support and donating as little as $1. And until next week, remember, every trophy counts, apart from Call of Duty. You can't get a platinum there.
Well, they don't give platinums to 3-hour games.
Fair.
Except, well, that's not true.